You know, one of the most difficult tasks is when you see your helper, and then Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, aka Mr. Celebu, who was here represented by our very own Dr. Olajide Abiodun Babatunde. Another round of applause, please, for him. I also want to appreciate the principal staff officer to the special advisor on EGIS.
Qualifications, including a diploma in public policy with particular emphasis on leadership decision-making from the Harvard Kennedy School of Government, Massachusetts. A round of applause, please. Dr. Babatunde's experience in academia and industry has afforded him the opportunity to serve in various capacities and at the highest levels in the country. He has served in the presidency as a personal assistant to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo in his administration and as a special assistant on land matters to Malam Nasir El-Rufai when he was the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Dr. Babatunde served as a consultant to the Federal House of Representatives Committee on Federal Capital Territory, FCT matters. In recent time and at various times, he also served as Vice President, Campus Director, and Director in Mandela Institute, NMI. He was officially appointed into the cabinet of Mr. Babajide, so implementation of the Enterprise Geographic Information Service in Lagos State, while driving the digitalization process of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, as well as its agency. A round of applause, please. In his current role, he oversees the affairs of urban development and physical planning and automated department, PPAD. Some of his achievements in Lagos State under Mr. Babatunde Sanwo-Olu administration include successful coordination of many digitization projects in the built environment, including the Lagos EPPS platform. He transacts last MEMA automation project and the Lagos State digital mapping and spatial data infrastructure project. He has also successfully established an EGIS project unit in 10 MDAs, established LASPIC Museum, launched the Lagos MPP and UD mobile app, as well as the Lagos State Land Administration portal. He has also successfully relocated sawmillers from Okobaba to the purpose-built Timberville, Abowa Ikosi. Dr. Babatunde facilitated the kickoff of the SPV that resulted into the Alaba transitional market. And he is currently, round of applause here. Dr. Babatunde, fondly referred to us, respectfully, sir, to us OAB, is married to Dr. Muzayan Khalil Babatunde, and he is the father of Valerie Abiodun. He is a lover and a collector of arts and patron to many charities, including the Ibadan Music Society of Nigeria, Dasu Babatunde Foundation, and Olajide Abiodun Babatunde Foundation. I present to you the guest speaker of today, Mr. Babatunde. A round of applause, please. Thank you.
I think that one is too long. So because I don't know what that equals to, So maybe with the foundation, because Bakesi is going to assist me. So maybe with the foundation, we just need to support your own foundation so that we can work together. Because the only thing we do is education. So is somebody going to show me how to use this? Because it's my. So what the slides? So can we take out? Okay. So can we take out the light a little bit? I mean, can you see? Are you able to see? Okay. Well, can we put up these lights? They are just going this one. Yeah. So, my name is Jide, and I'm your friend. I have other colleagues of mine here, because I see that Dr. Fashola is now sitting in a panel of judges. Please don't mark me down. I was not really prepared for this, and I'll tell you why. Because I called Bakinson, who is standing somewhere there. Can we take out this light? Because they're affecting my eyes. So I called Bakinson, who is my principal staff officer, and I said, Bakinson, so what are we going to talk about? You have seen the flyer, you've seen this. What should we talk about? Remind me, what did you say again? No, before that. Yeah, so he wanted me to talk about Abuja. No, you are wrong. You forget things. He wanted me to talk about a tale of three cities. Am I correct? He wanted me to compare Lagos to Ibadan, and then to Abuja. Am I correct? That's what he wanted me to do. Right? Because we needed to look at the number of universities that have been set up. We needed to look at the number of hospitals, the population. We need to put all of these things together. When I was talking to Professor Ogudipe, because I'm in another session, I'm looking at somebody who wants to use technology, to compare things, and at the end of the day, he wants to come up with what you call, I will call it an idea map, but instead he wants to call it a profit map. Or a revenue map. Kamatuba modifier there. That's what he chooses to call it. And I saw that from the presentation that the guy, I don't even know who the guy is, but we're looking at this thing together. But from his presentation, what he was basically saying is that through technology, we can actually unlock some funds, to fund infrastructural gaps, and also to help with the gaps in our budget. Doctor, do you understand that? That's what he was. And he was looking at, the high tension corridor. Because the high tension corridor, there's nowhere in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that says that a state must give a corridor to private companies who are now running the TCN or running the power production for Nigeria. Even when it is federal government needs to acquire the land from the state. And they have to pay the state for acquisition. So some of these things have been forcefully done from the time of the military. And the question that this person is asking is, if we look at mapping as something that, we can already identify where we actually need to take power lines to. And he's using generators. He said, wherever you see generator running 24/7, that's where your customers are. Prof, in Cotton Sonny. Where you see that generators are running, that's where customers are. Not when you go to Ikoyi, the person is already running on solar. My younger brother, who has an office on Jira, he does not use, and he doesn't use generator. Everything is solar. So the rich people can afford solar. But the people who are the poor of the poorest, they need that power for production. So this person is thinking, but not in the way myself and Professor Ogudipe were now thinking. Because he's looking at how to now demolish houses. Prof, tell Mati get Koton Feshe. They want to demolish houses. to now carry power line to those places. Because sometimes people don't look at the implication of certain things. They just say they want development. You know, development can be very painful. But at the end of the day, it will be very nice. It is like a rat. The rat is biting you, but at the end of the day, it's to no good. But what that person was trying to present, I already understand it. He's thinking of the new route. But myself and Prof are asking, what about the existing route? You want us to make money from the new route, which we are not even sure we want to demolish people's houses. But we must also collect money from the old route. So eventually, myself and Bakisin, we decided that the presentation for today, you are something, should be the man behind the door. So, again, my name is Jide. This presentation is for the Lagos State Geographic Information System. A lot of things that was read in my citation have already been completed. The land archive is completed. We'll see some of these things. So this presentation will still also be refined to these things like they are in the pipeline, but I will do my explanation. So, in the past, the man behind the door, section 1, subsection 1 and 2 of the Land Use Act, says that the governor will hold the land in trust for the people. That's what it says. If you look at another section of the Constitution, it says that for areas that are so designated federal territory, the president, can delegate such powers to a minister in the presidency to oversee. Another section says that the powers of the governor to oversee land will be vested in the president. So the first thing I want us to understand, because Professor Ogudigbe is a GIS person. Even his son that is sitting down here is GIS we are talking about. So let me look at this thinking from a GIS perspective. So you need to pardon me if you are not into spatial data infrastructure. But we just need to use something to illustrate great thinking. So, in the past, this is what it is. When I came to Lagos, when I opened the door, who did I find? I found somebody. He said, I'm the commissioner for science and technology. Today we have changed it to innovation, science and technology. I said, you are the commissioner for science and technology. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Because that's why I went through that route of telling you that governor can delegate, president can delegate. But it's not delegated to the commissioner for science and technology to do land administration. But because we do not want to embrace technology, what you will find is that people who shouldn't even be working in an hospital system, they are the ones, you have science lab technicians. You now see that it is computer scientists that are managing the MRI machines because those people are not embracing technology. So when you look at the theme of today's workshop, it is telling us that we must embrace technology. Churchill, he was one who said, we do not know whether if we change, things will be good. But for things to be good, we have to change. You see, and that change is here. And that change starts with all of us. In this my presentation, people are afraid of the computer. Is it going to attack you? Work on the thing. Even children, touch a bilan on 1 year old, one my iPad, one my move phone, one my from the time that I came, I saw that sign-offs, you are something. So sign-offs on automation process. So people who don't connect with that spirit cannot manage it. So when you go and put commissioner for innovation, science and technology, you don't understand that families fight over land. Countries fight over land and they kill each other. So the people who have studied land administration, development, control, settlement of dispute, All of those people, technologically, they may not be savvy, but they have the expertise. However, so as you are sitting down there, start thinking of your professions. Start thinking of the course that you have studied. My last speech, to the society of people that are viewed to be people that, so what did they do to them? When they did the Land Use Act, because the other professionals were more influential, they kicked out the town planners who are the ones who know making the laws. You will not be there. The Lagos State House of Assembly, in history, only one person has ever been a town planner that has been a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. And that one person is no longer there, Honorable Makinde. So when they are doing laws, they will not be there. I bow if you are as well. So when you are thinking, you must think in this direction. You must also be administrators. MJ governor, do you understand? MJ speaker, House of Assembly, MJ president. So in your various professions, make sure that you are there. If you are not part of it, then it's a problem. So you can see, it is Commissioner for Science and Tech that determines who sees and manipulates the spatial data infrastructure. It's all Commissioner for Science and Tech don't manipulate land information. It's wrong. But that's what we found. But he was the one. I said, who are you? He said, I'm most of everything. How can he be most of everything? But it is most of everything. Artificial intelligence is taking over the world. Even judges, because AI can look at different cases all around the world and come up with a judgment for you. A judgment here for him. We have turned it in. It's something that we use in a case where you have artificial intelligence. Or go buying scripted in a way that our lecturer go lay on students. We need to think. As faculty, we must think. As students, we must think. The way the faculty are thinking, they will catch the students. The students are also now getting softwares, applications that will also help to catch the faculty. So everybody now, we are all catching ourselves. So this is what the Land Use Act says. Just so that you can understand what I'm saying. There is nowhere in the Land Use Act that says that technology lo mache, which is one of the reasons why when we came to Lagos, I said, Mr. Governor, we must do a law. Because people can then come and sue us and say we did not opt for technology in land administration. I'm battling with somebody who went to attack Bakinsin. He said, Bakinsin was a girl, etigbalemi, but kilo shele. The guy had gone to register. Somebody got a land 10 years before him from a family. And the person registered manually. But because now we are not using a momentum system, sometimes some people are complaining that, they say our file is in MTN. It's because we need to do backfiling. We need to digitize so that when we operationalize the system end to end, we can actually deal with any transaction. So this guy went and induced some people and everything. At the end of the day, what has happened back in Bakinsin? He was able to register on momentum, a fake documentation. And momentum couldn't pick it up because we have not scanned the other information. By the time we sift through, we found the manual one, which was done 10 years before. And the land administration, it is first in time, killer machine. So what I am saying is that this is what the law says. So those of us who studied land administration, if you are not careful, if you turn on Timua, even lawyers are going to want to hear of all those things now. And lawyers, is that what they studied? But there's an element of law and an element of every profession in everything. After all, if an architect did not design this place, the engineers cannot build it. So this is what I found. So you can see, this is what I was trying to propose when I came. But the method workflow, this is what I found. I found out that our contractor gone, our gonna manage land for us. And I tell people, don't stay on our systems. I say it a lot. You can come and help us. It's the cry of a little child. Help me to do it by myself. When the child marries, say, let's about be money. You need to separate. There must be a separation. You cannot be a contractor and want to run our systems and stay on our systems. Some people have been on our system for the past 20 years. Is that right? Is it not to help us and teach us how to do it? I've just come back from the US where we want to go and negotiate for this thing. What are you doing as students? We are going to have to pay millions of dollars, I am telling you, on a yearly basis to maintain this system. Can you not build that system in the University of Lagos?